Okay, so the latest question is from a anonymous poster. Hi Yuttadhammo. Well, I'm very interested in Buddhism and meditation. I feel very confused and do not know what tradition of Buddhism is the best for me. How should I choose? Um, well, the first thing I'd say is that probably across the board, nobody would ever recommend you to pick a tradition of Buddhism, um, simply because within each of the major traditions of Buddhism, there is such a incredible variety. Some monasteries will be strict, some monasteries will be lax, and so you're always better off to pick a center or to pick a lineage. Lineage meaning a certain set of teachings. Like for instance, the teachings that I teach and practice are based on Mahasi Sayadaw, who was a teacher in Burma, who passed away about 30 years ago. And so all of the centers in the Mahasi Sayadaw lineage will practice a very similar technique and are generally pretty strict and pretty straightforward. They teach a very similar technique to what you find on my YouTube channel. And they'll vary from monastery to monastery, but you find that you can adapt from one to the other quite easily. So this is of much more benefit, finding a center which you can really relate to. I wouldn't recommend anything except that which I've practiced, so it's probably useless for me to recommend anything, but you should pick according to the meditation practice. You should look at the teacher and ask yourself, whether what they're saying is not only convincing, but is something that is practical. So it's very easy for people to give these high-sounding teachings, on all of the various stages of enlightenment and so on, or give teachings which are inspiring or so on. But you have to ask yourself: is this practical, and am I actually able to put these fundamentals or these teachings into practice? Is it something that I can go back to my room and sit down and practice? So meditation should be a key, and you should ask yourself whether the meditation is leading to progress, whether you're actually gaining anything. When you sit, are you just sitting and closing your eyes and getting blissful feelings, or are you actually coming to understand things about yourself? Are you learning more about yourself and the world around you? Are you coming to understand anything that you didn't know, you didn't see before? And I guess in that sense, it's not really important which center you choose. You can go and try them all out. I had a friend who, before I met him, he had gone around to all of the centers in the area where I was staying before I came to stay there. He had gone around to all of the centers in the area and tried them all out and found none of them suitable until finally he came to see me, and I hadn't even set up a center. I was just staying in a Cambodian monastery, and he started practicing. I just showed him the teaching that my teacher had given to me, and right away he realized that's the teaching that he was looking for. So since then, I understand he's been practicing that teaching. I haven't seen him in a while, but he was convinced that this was correct. So I think you can just try out whatever is near you. And the other good thing about that is it often gives you a link with that tradition. As opposed to, say, where should I go? Should I fly to Tibet or fly to Thailand or fly to Burma or so on? You can go to your local centers, if there are any nearby, and talk to the people there. And if you start to practice with them and they see that you're sincere, they'll often encourage you to go to this center or that center, and they'll be able to recommend the more strict and traditional and real centers, the centers that will give you a real understanding of the Buddha's teaching. So check out what's local and just use your own judgment. Try to watch the teacher and not too closely. I mean, listen to the teachings. Don't worry too much about the people because everybody's human, but look and see, is the teaching giving you something that's useful? You're always welcome to come on out to California if you're anywhere nearby, and I could give you some pointers if you come and practice here. I could send you off to Thailand or wherever. I know a few places that you might be able to get your foot in the door. Okay, so I hope that helps, and wish you all the best. Good luck in your search.